Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome once again to the mess hall here at Dr. Jet Laboratories. The mail has just arrived, and in it was a long-awaited package. This box that contains a high-efficiency brushless motor powered by NeuMotors has just arrived. It contains a 707 2Y with a 3mm shaft. Why, Shazam, look at here. This is my long-awaited power source for, do you remember when? I started this and it seemed to have just vanished off the radar. Yes, boys and girls, the H&M Mozilla 400 now has a power source. At one time, I seriously thought about putting that Aviox motor that's currently overpowering the Batboat. I thought about putting that motor in here, and thank God that's too much power for the Batboat. This thing, it wouldn't be fun to drive. It would be work. This, I think, will be far more suitable. This will probably be a 100 to 150 watt setup. And this hull was designed around a Speed 400 motor, which is a 50 to 75 watt motor. So this should be plenty sprightly for that. Now let's talk about this for a while. My build series of the Mozilla 400 from Hydro and Marine will resume shortly. I have, of course, some fine-tuning to do on the Miss X-Side before it goes into the paint shop. I have a little tweaking on the Batboat. I've already put turn fins on it. We'll see how that works. And we'll get back to the build series for this boat then. Just for size comparison, this is a 2030 motor that I got from Wayne. Somehow the magnet departed the rotor, and it's no longer a motor. It's a size example now. You'll notice the new motor. Now, Steve says the outside diameter is 19.5 millimeters, and I think on these 20 series motors, they might be the same. I don't know. I'd have to put a micrometer on them, or at least the electronic calipers. But the diameters are real close. If anything, this might be half a millimeter smaller, but not much. But both of these motors for boat purposes pose a problem, and that's these cooling fins. I will run this initially without any cooling and see if the added surface area from all these fins is enough to keep the motor cool, and I'll use reasonable props and such. But if this gets a little hot, I do have a fallback plan. I have this nice carbon fiber tube, which is just ever so, well, maybe it's about 3 millimeters larger than the diameter of the fins. And what I would do is I would epoxy a carbon fiber plate, chuck it up in the lathe, sand it smooth on the outside, then come bore a hole on the inside that would just be a slip fit over the unfinned portion of this housing. And then I would make basically a carbon fiber washer that would slip over the back, and I would glue everything together with, I might use JB Weld to glue the assembly to the motor, and I would glue the various assembly parts together with epoxy. I could just as easily epoxy everything together as well. I do have enough unfinned diameter here at this end that the end plate will not go into these holes for airflow. So that would be my plan if I had to do that. It would be a permanent jacket, just like the permanent jacket that's on the Batboat motor, the little Aviox 1005. God, I'm glad I didn't power this with that. That'd been way too much. Okay, boys and girls, that pretty much sums up today's mail. You'll see the continuing build series for the Mozilla 400, and we'll go from there. Until next time, jet out.